What are the best cars for beginners on GTA 5 Grand RP server? If you're not planning to drive Red Loader forever, at some point you will have such question. And today we're gonna talk about top 7 cars for beginners on Grand RP. I decided to split these cars in two categories. First 4 will be for complete beginners, so they will cost under $150,000. It's possible to buy such car in your first day on the server. And last 3 will be a little bit more expensive, under $500,000. So it's still for beginners, but a little bit more experienced. Anyway, on place number 4 in under $150,000 category we have BMW M5 E34. Don't confuse it with M5 E60 because that car is not for beginners. Government price is $120,000, and it's the only reason why this car is not higher in the list. Because $120,000 is a little bit too much for beginners, because you will not only have to spend more money when purchasing this car, but also will have to pay more money for upgrades, upgrading engine, transmission and so on, since cost of each upgrade is always a fixed percentage from state value. Same for purchasing insurance or buying visual upgrades. Except that BMW M5 is an excellent car for beginners. It's relatively fast, even unupgraded it has around 200 km per hour of average speed. I'm using average, not maximum speed, because in my opinion it's more important. And fully upgraded it has average speed of 230 km per hour. Acceleration is also pretty good for a cheap car. Handling is surprisingly smooth for BMW. And it has 12-slot trunk, which is also really important for beginners, because there you will be keeping different items and materials. Also it looks good, you know, classic BMW. It's a personal opinion, but still. So it's a really good car for such money, but most importantly it's popular. And it's really important because you can buy cars not only from government but also from other players on HELLFIRE. And if some specific model is popular, it means that it will be easier to buy this car cheaper than state value, or at least for the same price, but to get insurance or some upgrades almost for free. Be careful though, a lot of sellers are asking a lot more than state value for no reason at all. Anyway, BMW M5 is really popular, and it means that it's not gonna be only easier to buy this car cheaper, but also to sell this car when you will decide to buy something better. By the way, BMW M5, just like any other car from this list, is available for low-level members of our family. It's like clans on Grand RP. If you wanna join it and use some cool cars from the very beginning, use the link in the description, then register on second English server, because that's where we play, download and install Grand RP client, and after creating your character you will appear in a hotel. So go to the lobby and talk to the only NPC lady there. Tell her that you want to reunite with the family and search for PvP cat, then choose join. Anyway, on the third place I have Surge. It's pretty expensive with 135,000 state value and pretty slow. Unupgraded it barely has 160 km per hour average speed, and even upgraded it's not that fast. So you might ask why this car is on the list. Because of one reason only: it's the cheapest electromobile that you can get. And electromobiles has some benefits like good acceleration and handling, which is important when you drive in a city. But the most importantly, Surge, just like any other electromobile, has autopilot option. Just place a mark on the map and then press F7, and that's it. Car will drive you there, and you can go and make some tea, or maybe check list of challenges from Battle Pass, or maybe salaries on different jobs. It's just a cool option to have when you're grinding, but to be honest, autopilot is the only reason why Surge is in the list. But if you're not interested in it, choose something else. For example, MERCEDES-BENZ 600 for $90,000, and yes, it's our second place. It has pretty standard 12 slots in the trunk, and fully upgraded goes with average speed of 235 km per hour. Acceleration is not that great, but it looks good and it's quite popular. It's super easy to buy and sell this model. We have like 4 such cars in our family because it's a 4-seater. I don't know if you care about this when you grind alone, but in any way it's a very well balanced car for a reasonable price. By the way, if you have more money, you might think about buying Mercedes-Benz E420 for $120,000. It's just a little bit better but looks differently. On the first place we have the GAUNTLET Classic for only $50,000. It's a two-seater, but it has 12 slots in the trunk, and it's really fast and has good acceleration for such a cheap car. I mean, fully upgraded, it has an average speed of 230 kilometers. And since state value is so low, fully upgrading Xeon Classic will be not that expensive. So yeah, low price is the main reason why Xeon Classic is on the first place on my list. Easy to buy, easy to sell, cheap to upgrade, and it's a pretty good car. And now let's move to the top 3 cars under $500,000. On place number 3 I have Gauntlet HELLFIRE for $340,000. To be honest, the only reason why I choose this car is how it looks. Because from technical point of view, for such price, this car is not impressive. Average speed, even fully upgraded, is barely 230 kilometers per hour. Acceleration is fine, but handling is far from perfect, and it has pretty standard trunk. So I'm just saying that for such money you can buy something much better, but it looks and feels great, since it's a muscle car. And probably because of this reason Gauntlet HELLFIRE is quite popular, so it's easy to buy it cheaper and sell it when you will get tired of terrible handling. Anyway, on the second place we have another extremely popular model, but this time not only because of how it looks, but also because it's a really good car. It's Mazda RX-7 FD with state value of $450,000. Two-seater, but it has relatively big trunk, 18 slots. And it's one of the reasons to purchase this car, it's really good for beginners. But also this car has good acceleration, good handling, and even unupgraded average speed of 220 kilometers per hour. Anyway, in the first place we have a car that you might want to keep even when you will be not a beginner anymore. It's BMW M3 E46 for $380,000. Standard trunk, but even unupgraded, this car has average speed of 230 kilometers per hour. And full upgraded, it's just a beast with great acceleration and 260 kilometers per hour average speed. Yes, when you go downhill you can easily get 300 kilometers per hour plus, but I'm talking about average speed because it's most important in my opinion. And handling is surprisingly smooth for BMW, so with combination of good acceleration and good maximum speed, BMW M3 might be a really good choice for street racing even. Not like you're gonna beat a Bugatti, but you will look fine, and this car is 50 times cheaper than Bugatti. It's also important to mention that BMW M3 is probably one of the most popular cars on the server, so buying and selling it is not gonna be a big problem. So my advice, when you will have enough money, buy BMW M3 and enjoy it until the moment when you will have like much more money, enough to purchase some supercar. If you care about supercars, obviously, but I repeat, BMW M3 is the best choice for beginners for such money. Anyway, let me know in the comments what do you think about all these cars. Maybe you have different opinion, maybe you disagree on some choices. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.